For the first time in my life, I didn't put a seatbelt on. The roll cage of the buggy landed on my head.
There's like two big sons here. You know, I don't want to blind everyone. Are you a police? Ex-police
Ex-police
officer. What's the flavour of those?
Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, someone clipped that. He's getting cancelled.
I used to have people booking in arrest appointments with. Well, I wanted to die. I didn't want to be around.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
4. So, welcome back to the Intersect podcast. We have a very special guest and one that I'm very excited for. And this was a very surprised.
It was a bit impromptu, wasn't it?
Yeah. But we have Gaz man here.
There you go.
Finally on the pod. So this one I think is going to be. It's still going to be try and be funny. I think. But
no issues there.
yeah, we have two funny looking guys. Unfortunately, we don't have Adzi Wadzi on because the bitch is in Perth, but that's fair.
I'd go for a threesome, actually.
I could, if Adzi was here, it was definitely be a casting couch, for sure. But how you been, man?
Yeah, been right. Like, fucking been a while since we've seen each other.
It has been a little while.
Just to catch everyone up. Yeah, I organised a surprise trip here with Michaela. Just thought I'd come in, say hi, and then had to tell you that I was here so you didn't go to the gym and fucking blow tonight.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
I just knew that he would make plans, and then I didn't want to sit here with you for 3 hours while
He
he
wouldn't
was
want
at
to
the
sit here
gym.
with you, so
Yeah. I did have chest day on the agenda, but
to spice it up a bit for you.
yeah.
Jim will always be there. Gaz is not.
That is true. And I have missed this sexy ass bitch. And it's been
We
fun.
miss you guys.
So to start off with, I've got a little question to try and ease the nerves.
Fuck, that is rotten, by the way.
What? What?
Carry on.
Skitty McGee.
Yeah, I did try and leave it over there before. I did get a bit of feedback off the last episodes, and JB said we farted too much in the episode, so that's fair. But as a talking of 5'3", what have you noticed to be some of the worst insults or ones that just have like caught you off guard?
I've been asked quite a few times if I'm wearing brought my kids' clothes, or if my kids have got my clothes on for the day, as they're growing up, like, oh, he's about to fit your clothes.
Well, it doesn't really help.
Kids getting my hand-me-downs kind of thing.
It doesn't really help that all your clothes are very fitted.
Yeah, well.
I mean, look at him. You can't.
So I've had that.
I think there's been a few spewed out tonight that you could think of.
It's just, see, the amazing...
I'm 5'7", so that's a good start.
The amazing thing about guys is our type of friendship is that it's the type of friendship where you can just go separate ways. Don't talk over me, all right, while I'm fucking being a...
Sentimental cunt.
Yeah. It's one of those friendships where you can just part ways for fucking years, and then as soon as we come back together, it's like
we never missed a beat.
Yeah, it's like our last kiss was just yesterday.
Well,
sorry.
Actually, that was this afternoon, but anyway.
But yeah, insults has just been flying tonight.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
No, just got a hat on there. What are you hiding?
No, it's just, there's like two big sons here, I don't want to blind everyone. I love it. But yeah, what are some of the ones that have just caught you off guard?
Was it not? So you got a muscle shirt on. Like, did you get that in the post? Like, are the muscles coming tomorrow?
The muscles coming in tomorrow. Mine's just always like hair jokes because I'm perfect everywhere
there's
else.
Nothing else to chip.
Yeah,
like,
I'm 6'2". Built like a brick shit house.
Yeah.
I feel like as a police officer, arrest.
Are you a police?
Ex-police officer. I definitely feel like
Tough.
would there not have
Me too.
been times when you're arresting someone or something and they've taken a dig at your height because they're pissed at you?
Oh, yeah. And there's
It was so short, man.
a few things like, oh, what do you think you're going to do? Or, But on the flip side, I've also had people be like, oh, I thought you'd be stronger.
Oh,
And that can't worse than the height. Like,
You're like, all right, well, just dig me about my height, not my strength, all
I
right?
thought you'd be stronger than that. Like, well, you're the one that's in cuffs. Like,
I feel like it would be quite hard to keep your composure when you're doing something like that, and then they just throw out like a fucking wild insult, and you're like,
oh, you just got to laugh with them. Like,
all right, motherfucker.
you know, you're speaking their language at that point. Like, they're flinging shit at you, you're flinging shit at them. As long as you're keeping it professional, you know, and you're playing the same game, it's all fair. Like,
they're the one getting locked up at the end of the night. You're top dog in that situation,
That's right,
regardless
and
of
like,
your
I'm-
height.
Big dog.
I don't need to win a little argument, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you just carry on as you're doing, you know what you've already done, and you play their game and kind of have a bit of banter. It always worked out well in the end as well. Like, by the end of it, you've kind of got a bit of rapport with them as well, because you've both hung shit on each other, and they might not.
There's
like
that bit of like mutual respect.
Yeah, they don't like me. I don't need to like them. Like, I don't treat them any different.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, didn't treat them any differently because of it. But you've kind of got a mutual understanding there, where you just kind of like, we get each other. We can
Yeah.
come from a place of understanding still, you know.
It's inevitable what's happening. At the end of the day, you're locking them up.
Whether
Yeah.
it's me or the next guy,
Yeah.
or 20 guys 6 months from now, like, it's gonna happen. And as long as I was always straight with them.
So even with your high heels on, you still got called out about your
I
height?
had really big boots.
Yeah.
So
You're almost as tall as me in those.
I was going to bring them tonight. but-
You had to hand those in with the gun.
Yeah, you can't be walking around with 6 foot shoes on.
Oh god.
No, so it never really worked against me. You know, it was always a bit of a joke, and as long as you take it as an opportunity to have a joke back with them, it was all cool. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I asked Adam this the other day. Those pink Smith chips.
Yeah.
What's the flavour of those?
Salt and vinegar.
Yeah, someone clipped that. He's getting cancelled.
What? What have I missed?
You're an asshole.
You'll see in the. Adam's gonna like that one. That was for you, Azzy Wazzy.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Yeah, no, it's
Fell into that.
Oh.
You fell into that.
I'm gonna do that every episode with every guest, and it's gonna be fucking funny.
Wait for Leanne.
Oh, he's gonna be crazy one. Yeah, no, being like someone of that type of like job like background, you'd be able to see some stuff, and I feel like you'd be able to tell some stories, and I feel like the insults would be crazy.
Oh, like some of it was just like harmless banter with people. Like, you know, you come across somebody that like, oh, it was my mate. I had a mate, won't mention names, but he was really good with the banter. Or, you know, time, place, circumstance, of course, but you'd come across a certain person and you know, they look like an absolute bag of shit. And you wouldn't go out and say, mate, you look like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, he'd run his details. And he's like, oh, you're born in 87. And then my mate would just come out from the side like, oh, mate, they're all city miles, aren't they? Like, he's like an old haggard looking, haggard for 87 date of birth. It'll go over their heads, and it was just a bit of harmless fun between us, you know. Like,
Can you throw like that type of banter out as, or
you got to read the room.
yeah,
You know,
fair.
It's not about trying to get one over the person and like saying shit that they don't understand or anything like that. You got to read the room, because there's certain situations or certain people where it's going to be a hard no, and it's all fully professional and stuff. But you get the people that are, you know, career criminals, and again, I'm not taking anything away from them. Like, well, they've made a career out of it, you know.
Yeah. Reoccurring.
Employee of the month.
No, but they kind of know the game, and they're playing it as hard as everybody else is. And so they're just willing to throw shit at you and know that you're not going to take it up with a lawyer or with a boss or whatever, and you can have a bit back at them. Like I said, it actually builds a bit of rapport. So when it comes time to dealing with them afterwards, or even months later, you'll see them in the street, and they'll give you a buddy, how you going?
Yeah.
Like call you out in the street, and be like, g'day, how you going? Like, yeah, you dealt with me that last time. You're all good. I used to have people booking in arrest appointments with me.
Sorry?
With say their kids. Once their kids graduated.
How much did you charge them an hour?
It was all free. They get a pair of bracelets.
Complimentary pair of bracelets.
But no, there was this one time. So there was this lady I dealt with over a couple of years for offences, and then her son had grown up a bit, and he started committing offences. And I remember going to her house because the other boys were having trouble picking up the son, and went to the house, and she goes, "Oh no, he's not here. But when are you working next?" So I'm back in on Monday. I'll make sure he's here so you can pick him up. I don't want the other boys to pick him up, kind of thing, because you deal with people all right.
Yeah.
And, you get a bit of trust and rapport and that. Like, it was a weird world to be in. It was.
I feel like it would be so crazy to be a police officer. Like you obviously see him day to day.
Yeah.
But as someone that's been in handcuffs multiple times,
Michaela.
yeah, keep it in the bedroom. You just like comedy aside, and I guess you try and make it to be whatever it is, but I feel like some of the stories you'd have would be crazy too. Like I remember, I won't obviously go into detail, but there was one where you had to stay on an island or something.
Yeah, it was a big job.
That was and you were there for ages too.
I think it was a 36-hour shift.
Yeah.
30-hour shift.
I remember that.
We got pulled in. So I think me and my mate, same mate actually, that chipped that other guy. We were driving around. We just started the shift, and we're going to go grab a cup of coffee and then start the day. And we got pulled in on the way to the coffee shop. We got called up by one of the big bosses, and he's kind of said, "You need to be here now." So we've gone into the office, and he goes, "Right, you're going over to the island now.
Yeah.
Can we pack some stuff? How long are we going to be there?" He goes, "Don't know how long you're going to be there. You can't pack some stuff. You're due on the plane right now."
Oh,
So
geez.
we've gone out to the airport and flown over. Again, I absolutely can't go into detail.
No,
Yeah.
don't go into detail with that stuff. But
Yeah, it was just him and I on this island, and the whole island, the elevation of it was probably in about 5 metres. It was so exposed,
Wow.
and I think it was about this time of year as well, so it was blowing a gale out.
yeah, out there would be too.
Yeah, condition-wise, worst night of my life. As far as wind, rain,
Yeah.
it wasn't raining, but just the weather was terrible out there. You're so exposed, and the only one place to shelter on this island we couldn't touch because it was a crime scene. So we're segregated to watch this, look after this evidence. It's high value, and we're just on the most exposed part of the island, stuck there. And I think we were there for about 16 hours before they sent some other guys out, another 2 guys, and they had a bit more equipment, so they had some rifles and that. And given the quality of evidence that was there was definitely some international criminal organisations that were after it, and there was a little GPS
Bro, just imagine like
tablet sounding off where it was, and we were thinking, oh, well, people are coming for it. Middle of the night, you'd see headlights coming and going from boats.
What?
And you're kind of going, well, are these people that live on the islands, or is this,
Of course.
the coming for for this stuff? And it was intense. We didn't get a wink of sleep. And,
Yeah, I bet.
but the people over there in the islands are great as well. Like people from one of the neighbouring islands found out we were there, and they just brought over like seafood mornay, like
you just
That's
cheers,
cool.
mate.
trawling over on his little jet boat, and here's a big tray of fresh lobster and blue bone grouper mornay.
Damn,
Have at
that'd
it,
be
boys.
gangster.
Nice.
Yeah, that'd be intense, man. I wouldn't be able to do that. Just imagine if it was like, it's like, you don't know, you got to look after this evidence. You got to be there on this island for so and so. You just find out it's like a big bag of dildos or something.
Yeah, that was the most high value dildos.
yeah, international water
Sought
dildos.
Yeah.
Nah, that'd be absolutely crazy.
It was front row tickets to the best show on earth for a lot of the job. A lot of the time, like it's shit. It's absolute craziness that you can't explain. Like, you know, you often get asked like, oh, what was the worst job, or what's the coolest thing you've done, or what's the worst thing you've seen, and your brain just races. You scramble to try and think of something when someone asks you,
because there'd be so much.
that much,
Yeah.
and it's all good in different ways, or funny in different ways, or it's absolutely fucking horrible in different ways.
Yeah.
So you couldn't put your finger on what was the best or what was the worst.
So in the past 10 years, who's the best person you've met? Starting with a T.
To Kayla.
Lies. That's absolutely insane, man. And I couldn't do it for love. I feel like I would just joke all the time. I'd be like, "Hey, you're under arrest.
I don't think you could
Hey,
ever
just
take,
give me a dance or something."
I don't think you could ever take the job seriously.
You can't. And that's the thing. It's a
Take being a police officer serious.
I don't think you could.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh no, but I mean, like, but you can't take it too seriously as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's times you have to be professional, and most times, especially this day and age, like with everything being recorded and everyone getting taken to court over everything. I feel for the guys that are doing the job at the moment, because it's only been 2 years since I left, but it's already changed that drastically.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can't take the job too seriously, and like 99% of the time, you go to a horrific job, and then you get back in the car with your partner as soon as the doors are shut, and you just revert to gallows humour. Like, you go straight back to black humour.
Yeah.
And you're not taking the piss out of what you've just said.
What colour humour?
Ebony humour.
Ebony humour.
You're not taking the piss out of the victims or about the people that have dealt, that have gone through horrific stuff. You just you have to make light of it.
Yeah.
For your own sanity.
It's the same. It's the same when it comes to, and this isn't the part yet, but it's the same when it comes to me and a lot of people that I know and I surround myself with, because when it comes to the mental health side, like sometimes you have to joke about it.
Oh, you have to.
Like otherwise, and if you don't surround yourself with the people that not only can be serious when it needs to be serious, but when they can also joke about it, and try and make your mental health a lightness, not just, oh, I'm sorry, man, you're going through that. Like, I'm here for you. You got to, sometimes, like you said, you got to read the room, and you just got to fucking try and cheer them up somehow, make a joke, fucking.
Well, there's a time and a place, and it's
spit in their mouth or
yourself,
something.
being introspective about what's going on with yourself, but also with other people. You got to do the same thing, where there's a time and a place to honour it and to give it the honesty and the attention that it deserves. Like, this is a shit place. Or like, mate, you're going through a really shit time.
Yeah.
And I'll drop all the jokes. And if you want to be heard, I'll hear you. And you got to do the same shit with yourself. Like, okay, I've got to actually sit here and deal with this.
Process.
But there's other places, the other side of it is where you also need to normalise it. You need to not let it own you. You need to not let it own somebody else, where you got to be able to say, it's a shit time, but let's not get fucking stuck in it. We can make light of it. And then all of a sudden you kind of, you're taking the claws out of the tiger in a way. Like, it's
especially
there,
if you have to wake up and go back to that same job the next day.
Yeah. Or if it's your mental health.
You've got
you're
to do it daily.
With, depression or, anything that's your life. It's the same as going to a job every day. If you've got some shit going on, whether it's acute or if it's chronic, like, you're facing that every day until it's done. And if there's a point where, like I was saying, you can take the claws out of the tiger, like, it's still there, it's still in the room, but it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get stuck in it, and it's not going to consume you, where it's like, cool, you're there, but I'm just going to pat you a bit.
We'll deal with you later.
We'll just make a bit of fun out of it, because you just normalise it. It's going to be in the room.
And
just leave it there.
A lot of people need to understand that what they're going through at that time isn't the only thing, and it's the reason why this is called intersect, is because forward isn't the only way. Yes, you might be feeling shit at that time, and you might be feeling like you can't do anything, you can't go anywhere, but something so small could change your life in such a massive way, and all you need to do is just try. You just need to build up that courage. And I got told the other day that it's very hard to tell someone to do something if you've never been through it before. Which is very true. Like, I've personally never gone through any massive depressive fucking state. The only time was when you left me 2 years ago. But
But look, I come back in now and then just to tease you, like just to
Yeah.
the idea.
it's just like,
And
yeah.
So it
yeah.
doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, and it keeps you going. a little.
It's like throwing fucking sand in my eyes, you bitch.
So in the
But yeah,
wind.
it's like a lot of people think that this is the only way that they have to go, or like there's no other way. But just trying, talking. Just talking can change.
Talking's a big one.
And that's the biggest reason that, one, I want to get guests on, and two, to show people that it's not, you can talk.
Yeah, and it's people from all walks of life. Everyone's
Yeah.
going through, and it's not to minimise it. Whatever anybody is going through in particular, like it's super important. It is significant. It's not to minimise that at all, but
Like your
everyone's
heart.
also got their own version of it, and it's good to, take the linen out and beat it on the fucking veranda now and again.
Yeah.
and let everybody know. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
And you need, I
it's
think,
not, oh, you're not the only one. It's no, but you're not the only one.
yeah.
Okay.
And you need to try and surround yourself with people that are very much like-minded. But a lot more on that topic a little bit later. I think Michaela wanted to ask something. You know what? I'm sick of trying to ask something. I've been trying so hard to make it. Don't you fucking squint your face up at me, you
You
little.
just gave me the ick. You're doing so well.
It's time to break
I
up.
made red flag.
I'm not coming back.
So yeah, Michaela wanted us Michaela wanted to ask us something. You know what? Fucking suck me off.
All right, so I saw this question the other day. If you could choose to know a statistic of your life, what would you choose? For example, how many near-death experiences you've had that you haven't known about, or how many pizzas you've eaten, or how many times have you re-met somebody without remembering that you had met them in the past? If you could choose one statistic, what would it be?
How many dollars I've spent on alcohol in my life?
Oh, but what
And that's not a proud
information
thing,
is
it's a
like?
problematic thing.
That's a sign of whether we need an intervention or not.
Yeah, I've thought that since I was about 17. I was like, I wonder how much money I've spent
okay.
on piss so far.
That,
We're going on a few years from there now.
Yeah. So millions
I can have a house.
owned. Yeah. How many times I've cranked my meat?
oh my Lord.
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking that
Yeah.
as you were saying it too.
I feel like,
I reckon I could get a pretty close figure on that for myself.
I couldn't.
3. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I was so sweaty when I robbed it up.
Yeah. Bro was
That's why you
dripping.
needed to use my toilet.
Damn. I don't
Only
know.
one.
That's a very hard one. I would. Oh. Damn. Guys, you're gonna have to fill in blanks while I'm talking because it's a podcast. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm here for it. I'm
Yeah.
all ears.
Yeah.
No, I think
I don't
obviously
know.
I've had I'm just letting you think I'm going to start talking.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
No, yeah, I've had a.
You can see my
fairly-
brain pulsating through my hat.
Already happy to see me. I've had a fairly problematic relationship with alcohol for most of my life, and we were talking about it a little bit earlier. There's been
Oh, let's get back into the sad shit, man.
no,
No, I'm joking, please.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, it'd be interesting to know a dollar figure because there's times where it's like it's all purely social and it's all good. And, you go out in nightclubs and spend too much money.
Yeah.
You go to a bar and that. And there's other times where,
Oh,
When it's becoming consistent.
well, when I'm sitting at home, I've run out of good scotch to drink with ice, and so I'm drinking Jack Daniel's fucking neat by the bottle. Like, I'm burning through some cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting for perspective's sake
But do you feel that would benefit you in any way?
to know.
Yeah.
I think perspective would. Yeah,
it would be very
I've got to stop
interesting.
this because
Yeah,
Oh,
I
true.
feel like if
weigh that
I,
up versus
True.
a house.
I would like, I think mine would be because I haven't had a cigarette in
A
2
while.
years,
Yeah.
a year and a half, whatever. I'd like to know how many cigarettes I've smoked in the time that I was smoking,
Yeah.
because I'd be like, damn, that is fucking gross. You know what I mean?
Well, we
It would
did
be-
that time years ago. Remember with Nana?
Yeah, but I don't think it would be that accurate. Like you'd be estimating. Like I'd like to know hey, you've smoked
genuine.
222 million cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like what the? Is my lungs still all right? How am I breathing right now?
Well, you're still a spring chicken, so you're probably going to heal mostly.
Only from the neck down.
Oh,
From the head up.
From the eyebrows down.
Yeah, from the eyebrows. From the eyebrows down, yeah. From the eyebrows up, I'm just about 50. Yeah, that is a very hard question. There would be so many. Yeah, so we are going to get into a general knowledge from Mickey D.
How's your break?
It's good.
Yeah,
How's your break, Mickey?
You have a good break?
it was great.
Good smoko?
Great
Same.
break.
We
Great
had
break.
good.
me too.
Yeah, me too. Good
That's
smoko.
Oakley's thing at the moment. Oh, that's great. All right.
That's great.
That's great.
I like it.
I like it a lot. Alrighty. How many
Handsome boy.
time zones are there in Russia?
What the fuck? Huh?
4?
Nope.
I'm not,
7.
Nope.
not going to keep guessing because it's embarrassing.
11.
I was closest. I win.
What country has the most islands in the world?
Micronesia.
No.
That's a
Wait, it has what? The most countries?
most islands.
Most islands.
Oh,
I was surprised by this one.
New Zealand.
No.
It's 2. 3. Sorry for my Kiwi brethren.
Sorry for my Kiwi brother.
The answer is Sweden.
small ones.
Over 220,000 islands.
I was
That's an
close.
archipelago.
Is that not a bunch of islands? Name the best-selling book series of the 21st century.
Harry Potter.
Hey, smashed
Damn, you can
it.
suck my tiny nuts.
Smashed it.
Sorry.
Harry Potter.
Oh, well done, guys.
We can edit that later, I was first.
What city do the Beatles come from?
You sound like you're from London. That's all I got. That's all I got.
But it's not Manchester.
I wish that was
either.
right. No, it's not Manchester. It's Liverpool.
Liverpool.
You guys suck at this.
Liverpool.
You got the fucking answers in front of you.
I knew them. For all you know, I knew them.
Like, shut up.
We're obviously, yeah. Weren't you a
alright.
cop? You should be educated, yeah?
When was Netflix founded?
2014.
It's a multiple answer. Wait your turn.
Oh, fuck.
1997,
Nope.
2001,
Nope.
2009, 2015.
2015.
2009.
1997.
What?
I know. I read something about this the other day, actually. Apparently, it used to be DVDs, though.
Netflix on 56K. Well, no.
You would
56K.
You would,
Oh,
you
dial-up.
would
Wait, so
order-
I used to go to Blockbuster and pick out Netflix fucking movies. Wait, so is it the same as becoming relevant? You need to be doing it for at least 5 to 10 years in order to get seen?
Intersect, look out.
Yeah, I'm just
This is
Googling.
me 10 years later. You better be doing something.
If you're viewing this in 2029, we made it.
Welcome. Welcome to the first Intersect podcast. Oh, yeah, cool. So we just got to wait on...
Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I read...
9.
Wait, so you...
It launched as a mail-based rental business in 1997 to
Sexist.
2006. So, no, mail as in the post, mail, not mail as in...
Postmails.
Why couldn't it be
So you would...
trans male? You know what I mean?
No,
I'm behind
you
the
would-
LGBTQ HDTV++.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Got you.
You would order a movie that you want and they would send you a DVD in the post.
Was that Netflix?
Yeah.
I remember that, like Crisco.
Yeah.
Crisco.
Avon
Crazy.
magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Avon magazines.
Playboy.
So you
There you go.
black
Learn
suede,
something new every day.
The what suede?
Black suede roll.
Everything with you is black.
Gotta
Why?
be black.
Black comedy? Gotta be black.
What?
I wish I
was
was
the
black,
most-
man. They had good. You guys got good skin. Sorry.
What was the most watched series on Netflix in 2019?
2019, Game of Thrones. What was that before?
Oh,
That finished.
I know this.
You do know this.
Wait, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, you got good confidence.
No pressure. You know
There's
this.
not. It's not Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No.
I wish it was Brooklyn Nine-Nine, man.
The only people watching that is us.
Me, I'm the only one keeping that show on
What is
Netflix.
Thomas's most watched series
Yeah.
of 2019?
Actually, that goes back to your question: how many times I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
That would be a good statistic to
That
know.
would be.
We've fallen asleep to Brooklyn Nine-Nine pretty much every night for the last 8 years.
How I Met Your Mother, when I was in my early 20s and I was house sharing, that was on repeat, I swear, for 2 years.
We
It
did
didn't
go
come
through a
off
bit
the
of a-
TV.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine still gets played
Yeah. Fuck.
even to this day. I can guarantee after I finish this podcast and I go lay in bed.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite characters?
Out of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
I would have to say my favourite character is Pimento.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
he's
do
great.
like. I love Holt.
Yeah, I love Holt.
I love-
Or Holt.
Yeah.
Bone. Game. I can quite. Yeah, if you give me a fucking general knowledge about fucking Brooklyn
Do a
Nine-Nine,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine
I will
quiz.
slay that shit. I'm telling you right now.
Rest in peace, Adrian Brow. Oh,
Yeah,
That
oi,
was
that's
so sad.
RIP. I actually fucking cried. Not gonna lie. So what was your question again?
What was the most watched series on Netflix in 2019?
I want to say.
I believe we are still currently waiting for the next season.
Well, that doesn't help Gaz out.
I'm helping you. I'm married to you. I'm on your team.
Get off my dick, bro.
they're
Sorry,
my kids,
man.
but she's married.
Yeah. They're about your size
We
too.
had to get the child support from somewhere.
We're waiting for the next season.
I think we're still waiting on another season. Yeah.
Well, it can't be. I don't know.
Stranger Things.
We are waiting
No,
for the
really,
next season.
I watched.
I was
3
thinking,
episodes recently.
I was thinking something games, Squid Games.
Oh, no. That was far more recent than 2019.
Yeah,
That was last
Rogie.
year. This year.
You know, COVID kind of fucked me up.
Last
This
5
year?
years have been a blur.
Yeah.
Name Pixar's first feature-length movie.
Feature length. What does that elaborate?
Like a
Like
movie.
a full movie.
Oh,
A full
okay.
movie.
So I know what I want.
Toy
to say.
Story?
That's what I was going to say.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe
In
bald, but I'm right.
1995.
Fuck. A big head.
Did Toy Story come out?
Yeah. You know they're
Damn.
releasing a new one this year?
Yeah.
And it's Kids vs. Tech.
I did. Toy Story actually
Toys
came
vs.
out
Tech, sorry.
on the best year of eternity, my birthday, 1995. So keep going. What's the next one?
95.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to drink yet or what?
Not legally.
Well, my hair's falling out, so no one knows what my age is yet.
It was like you getting into pubs at 12.
You didn't do that.
No, I didn't.
Name Disney's first film. A little fun fact about this one. This one actually saved Disney from going broke.
Snow White.
I
Yes.
was going to say Pocahontas. I'm way off base.
No. And guess
Damn,
what year?
Pocahontas is.
Sorry?
Guess what year?
Snow White.
Yeah.
87.
Sorry?
87.
Oh, no.
No, way
No.
before.
Way before.
78.
52.
Way before.
52.
Before?
30.
43.
1912.
This is getting embarrassing.
Or in the middle between those two?
34.
32.
37.
Fuck, all right.
1937.
You're a shit host
Why?
because I got it wrong.
No, Walt Disney was going broke and Snow White
Did know that.
saved.
You know he's actually
Saved.
buried underneath the Disneyland?
Which one?
The Disneyland?
Hong Kong.
Pretty sure
You don't
that's
have
a
to get
lie.
racist with it.
I'm pretty sure that was a rumor. I don't actually think that's true.
He's got a part of him buried under each Disney.
There's just a finger here and a toe there. There was like that same rumor that he was frozen. Everyone thought that
Yeah.
he'd, what's that word? Cryogenically.
Cryogenically.
That one, yeah. apparently that had happened and he wanted people to bring him back to life, but it's a lie. I'm pretty sure,
Fuck what, Disney?
pretty sure he got cremated.
Thanks
It's
for.
the opposite.
The opposite.
You know what? I'm just.
Totally wrong.
I'm just gonna. This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but fuck him because I'm over Moana, man. I'm over Frozen. Can't watch it anymore.
I'm getting a little bit over.
Can't fucking watch it anymore. Grinch though, not too bad.
Is the Grinch Disney?
The one on Disney? Oh no, that's on Netflix. Anyway, sorry. What's the next question?
What is the most?
Your ADHD is trying to keep up with me.
I'm cooking.
What is the all-time most streamed song on Spotify to date?
I
It's gonna be
jizzed
fucking
in my
Tay-Tay, isn't it?
pants.
It's not, but I would expect that too.
Jizz in my pants?
No.
No,
Dick in a box?
Sorry?
Dick in a box?
No, ma'am.
no, it'd be a classic.
I was a little bit shocked by
Like-
this one.
An Eminem song?
No.
Creedence Clearwater Revival. Have you ever seen the rain?
No.
Creed.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Ed Sheeran, The Shape of You. I'm
Really?
in love with the shape of you.
Crazy.
I had a mate of mine
Do you know
that
that
did a cover of that was extremely racist.
Oh.
It was all in an Indian accent.
Oh.
Was extremely
It was
racist.
extremely racist. It was all to do with curries and stuff. I used to work with him. Not a mate. I cancelled him.
You cancelled him. You came out cancelled.
It's a good cover though.
We stopped
Just
being
like you're
friends.
going to get cancelled with the salt and vinegar. Whoa. I'm
Whoa.
editing that out. I am the editor. Damn, I fucked myself.
You caught yourself out. Which artist painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in
Mona Lisa.
Sorry?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa was a painting. What did you say?
Michelangelo?
What did you say?
Mona Lisa.
I'm asking Gaz.
I said Michelangelo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Leonardo
couldn't hear you
DiCaprio.
over
Oh,
fucking
sorry.
Mona Lisa. Every time you said it, he said that. I was like, I didn't know what's going
Wait,
on.
who did you say?
Michelangelo.
So was
The orange Ninja Turtle.
Donatello was there as well?
Yeah.
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 There is a.
And next question?
Okay. No, there is a child that I know called Michelangelo. It's
Is
his
he
first
Italian
full
at
name.
least?
I don't think he's Italian.
Does he throw fucking spaghetti to the wall to make sure it's cooked?
No, but I do that.
Are you Italian?
But I am.
Michelangelo.
But they call him Miko for short.
That's cute.
I think is cuter than
It's way
Michelangelo.
better.
That's
than
cute.
Disingenuous family heritage. It's like me calling my son Rangi. I'm not Maori.
Where is the lowest natural place on the planet
I know
planet
this.
Earth?
You gonna give you a couple of seconds?
I know it.
There?
Yeah.
There?
Mount Augustus.
No. Marianas Trench?
Hey?
Marianas Trench?
Yes. Well
It's in
done.
the ocean though. That doesn't count.
It's on Earth.
That's the lowest point of Earth. That's what it asked.
in the ocean doesn't count on Earth.
Yes, it does. Dickhead. How many meters is it?
Are you fucking serious?
If it's in water, it doesn't count because it's not on land. It's not on the Earth. Earth equals floor. Floor, water, not water.
It's like 70% of the fucking world.
Fuck the water.
It's not Earth. Fuck.
It's not the water though. It's the ground underneath the water.
That's coral.
What's the lowest point of coral?
Mariana Trench. Where the Titanic got buried.
Nah.
No.
Go, next one.
How many stripes are there on the US flag?
52. Wait, that's stars.
What do the stripes represent? I actually never known that.
I didn't know that.
Gun laws.
How many amendments?
Lack of.
How many freedoms? How many freedoms are allowed?
Wait, how does the American flag go?
Are we saying stripes as in like reds on whites, or you got a red
Just
one
stripes.
and a white one as two stripes?
Oh, I don't know. It just says how many stripes.
I was gonna say it's either 15 or 30,
It's
depending
neither.
if it's
It's
reds
neither.
and whites or if it's
13.
reds.
13.
It's, hey?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Nice, yes. The stripes represent the original
This is red
13 colonies, and the stars represent the 50 states. You said 52?
Isn't there 52 stars?
50.
Apparently it's 50. Yep. So the lines or stripes
Yeah, we're a little
represent
closer to just throwing out 52 stars.
colonies and the stars represent the states.
Damn.
There you go.
What represented gun laws?
Nothing.
Sorry. Sorry, America. America.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You should both know this one. What's the national animal of Australia?
Kangaroo. Koala. Platypus.
You were right, but which one?
Kangaroo.
Which one?
Which kangaroo?
Red
Yeah.
kangaroo.
Hey.
The motherfucker that staunches everyone. It's on steroids.
Do you remember
Probably
that
bench
movie,
press 245.
Kangaroo Jack?
Okay, Boomer.
Who?
Boomer. Big fucking male kangaroo.
Kangaroo
Do you
Jack, the
remember-
movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
That
so
shit's
good.
fire.
So good.
Talking about, actually, before you keep on, do you
We're done
remember this came to me randomly when I was in the shower, right? Actually, no, before I was in the shower,
Same.
and I just started singing it.
Do you have all your best thoughts in the show?
Yes.
Oh, is this the other night?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I wrote it down in my notes because I didn't want to forget it. And it goes, rip, rip, wood chip, turn it into paper.
No.
I can almost guarantee if I play the song.
No, I know what you're talking about, but it was never part of my childhood. I've heard it as an
Fuck,
adult.
you're so much
and
older
I
than
can't
us.
subscribe because I wasn't. It wasn't there.
Really?
Me as a kid, nah.
You're that old. You've aged
I
well.
think I was
you?
just too busy.
I forget.
I had jobs. I was out shoveling coal buckets and cleaning up fucking cow poo and stuff. I wasn't listening to that. You were smoking cow poo. I was cleaning shit up.
Smoking cowboo.
I was
We had
waiting
different
for
lines,
it.
all
Oh,
right?
crazy.
That was amazing.
Yeah, okay. That concludes the general knowledge, and we've
Welcome.
just figured out that we're both pretty stupid. All right, so we're going to get into a little bit of mental health and to show. What are you laughing about mental health?
No, she was drinking.
No, I had a giggle, but it wasn't about.
Wow. Cancel her. Her Instagram name is Mickey.xx. Actually, that's her Snapchat.
Add me.
Add her.
Endless
Yeah.
wall of dick pics. The faceless girl behind the podcast gets all the fucking props.
So
I will screenshot them and put them on the screen.
Gaz is someone that I've been quite excited for to get onto the podcast ever since it's been a bit of an idea. One, because he's very open and he doesn't like to talk about it, but if someone asks him about it, he's
A bit of an
open.
open book.
Yeah.
Happy to.
And recently he's actually just gone through something very traumatic that shocked me, got me fucking scared. I can tell you that for free.
Scared me.
Would you like to dig into it a little bit? And don't forget that I've been growing these bad boys, these shoulders, so it's always there. All right.
No, so yeah, I was involved in an off-road vehicle accident not too long ago. So this actually surprisingly had a positive effect on mental health, which is as fucked up as it sounds.
I think things like that kind of open up your mind and
Yeah.
go, oh
Change your
shit.
perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so I was at work and I'd knocked off. It was a Sunday. And I'd knocked off, and I work away for everybody listening. Out in a country town, and got back to our camp, and one of the boys is messing around with an off-road buggy, a Polaris, and he was just going to move it. One of the boys asked me to drive it, and I said, "No, I'm not going to drive it. It's not mine. You know, it was a toy that one of the other boys had brought out there. Not mine. Just in case something happens, I don't want to be responsible. So I opted out. Somebody else jumped in it. Then he goes, just jump in the passenger seat. No, I'm only going to move it to clear the shed out." So I jumped in. For the first time in my life, I didn't put a seatbelt on. I always do. Fucking wear your seatbelts, kids. And we were in it for 10 seconds. So he's reversed, driven around. In the first corner he's turned, the tail started to go out on him. I think he's touched the brake and all the weight's gone over to the front right-hand side. I was on the right-hand side. I got ejected halfway out as it's rolled over. I got ejected halfway out there where a window space would be, and the roll cage of the buggy landed on my head and my shoulder, so I was kind of pinned up like that, twisted over like that. It's landed across here and here, and my head and my arms got pinned against the gravel, and we slid for a good 10, 15 metres and came to a stop. And while it was happening, like, time slowed down, and I thought, fuck, this is it. Like, I thought I'm going to fucking die here. I was relieved once it stopped and I was still alive, and then would have been half a second, I've kind of gone, oh, fuck, this is still on me and I can't move. And I thought my head was going to explode.
I remember you telling because of the pressure of the buggy.
Yeah, still had the buggy on my head. And
He actually, I don't know if you guys can see, but he's got scars on his
there,
elbows.
that's all fresh skin there, and I lost all the skin up here. I'm glad I've got hair again.
You bitch! Even in a sentimental thing, you still got to.
No, but it ripped all the hair out of here and ripped all the skin out of that, and then that side where the buggy landed as well.
How can your hair get ripped out and I can't even grow mine back? That's fucked up.
But yeah, I was opened up pretty bad, and so I was kind of laying there. The buggy's on me.
The fucking photos that you sent me was
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
they're
gnarly. Can we put them on the
it's-
screen?
Yeah. Put them up if you know.
I don't know
think-
if you'd be
Your
allowed to,
discretion,
actually.
Pretty graphic.
I probably won't, only because of the fact that it'll be graphic and it'll get taken down
Yeah.
or flagged. But
But hit me up if you want them. Happy to share.
Ask me on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Ux
My Snapchat is Mickey XOXO.
XOXO.
But yeah, so I was kind of laying there. I was stuck under the buggy, and blood's pooling up under my head, and then I was thinking, oh fuck, and I could feel the pressure of it. It's a 650 kilo buggy.
Oh, yeah.
And I was thinking, oh fuck, I survived that, and then I was kind of going, well, fucking now I'm going to die, and I started freaking out, really freaking out that my head was just going to fucking. You seen that scene from Game of Thrones where he's like, the mountain
I haven't
fucking
seen-
crushes his head? That's what I felt. I thought.
I'm going to assume like it's the third episode of The Boys where that chick's
Yeah,
riding
yeah,
that dude's
yes,
face and then
yes,
just pops. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ew.
that's all I could imagine. I was thinking, "Fuck, this is just going to go." Like, so I'm screaming at the driver. He had a great time. He fell onto me, so he got a sore knee from the other side of my fucking face. So he's got a bit of a bump on his knee, and I'm just howling at him. I'm just saying, "Fuck, you got to pick this thing up." And he didn't feel like he could, and I've managed to get some adrenaline out of him. I was just fucking screaming at him, and he's spiked up, and he's lifted enough to. I've shifted my head out, and then he's dropped it again, and he's dropped it on my arm again.
No.
And he's picked it up again and dropped it on my forearm. So I had skin missing. I've got both my hands and all up here.
Yeah, right.
And all that. But I got out of it all right. Didn't lose consciousness during it. I remember the whole thing.
Which is a little bit shit, but
I feel
also
like I'd rather not remember.
yeah,
Yeah, but I was glad I could maneuver myself
True.
out, because if I'd lost consciousness,
you'd just be
He wouldn't
flopped
have been
there.
able to save me.
Yeah.
so I was there. I'm grateful for that. Got to hospital, and yeah, that was a whole thing. Not worth getting into, but it was a shit time. And I got flown out to the nearest city about 7 or 8 hours later, and they started to be able to manage my pain from there. Went through 2 surgeries
Yeah.
and I had to dig all the gravel out from my arm and all that. And been recovering ever since, and the recovery's going well and all that. But the surprising thing is, I've had troubles with my mental health for definitely the entirety of my adult life and majority of my formative years. It was never. I never had suicidal ideation or anything like that. But as time went on, and I've been through a few things, you've been there. You guys have both been there for a good chunk of a lot of things. And there was definitely times throughout that time where, though I wasn't actively suicidal, I I wanted to die. I didn't want to be around.
Yeah. The thought of doing it to yourself wasn't there, but
I
the thought
couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to the people I love and care
Yeah.
about and all that. But I was,
But
I
just
was,
not existing was a good
I was
idea.
definitely there. And I got to the point right before the accident. I was still down in a bit of a hole, and I was scared myself because for the first time in my life, I'd actually come up with a plan of how I'd do it if I was going to do it.
Wow.
I still didn't think I was going to do it, but I was like, first time in my life, I flirted with the idea of like, how would I do it?
Yeah.
And started to kind of indulge that idea, which scared the absolute shit out of me.
Don't ever.
No,
Don't.
no.
And like this, even just talking about it, like right now, I literally have goosebumps. It
Yeah.
gives me the fucking chills, and it genuinely makes me
Feel
want to cry because it's something so fucked up.
It's
Anyone, I know this is only the 5th episode, but I hope that something out of this gets fucking shown. Don't think that that's the only way. It's the reason why it's called intersect.
Yep.
That's not the only way.
No. I've lost people to it, and I've
So have I.
and I hold them. I still love and respect them and stuff, but it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like that wasn't the
Yeah.
only
Yeah.
way out. And like I said, I'd never have done it, but it was in my head. It was floating around
Yeah.
there somewhere,
Yeah.
and that was scaring me. But then, so I had this accident, and I nearly died. There was two occasions during that accident where I was dead set, thinking that was it. I was going to die, and it changed my perspective massively. And then I've had the biggest rebound my mental health has never been as good
Yeah.
as it has been since the accident.
Yeah.
Though it was something I was thinking about and something I kind of, in a way, wanted. Then it nearly happened, and I was, lucky that it didn't happen. Now I'm so glad that it didn't happen, and I don't want that at all.
Yeah.
And I've been in such a good headspace, and so that's kind of where I'm at the point now where people are going, oh, this is the worst it's going to get, and I'm so so down in the dumps, I'm so bad, and it's like, no, there's got to be something where it doesn't have to be a fucking accident, it doesn't have to be a traumatic event like that, but there's a way where your mindset can shift where it's like that's not relevant anymore.
Yeah.
Like you can.
Well, I guess some people are, and as shit as this is, in your case, some people are lucky enough to go through something like that,
Yep.
where they go through something where it's close to happening, but they don't. Some people also, the people who don't go through those type of things, they go, this is the only way. Then, and you hear stories about it all the time. As soon as they kick that chair out or they jump off somewhere, they instantly regret it.
Yep.
They instantly go, oh shit, I wish I didn't do this.
Yep. And
And it's at that point too late.
it's too late. And we were talking before about my old job. Dealt with that a few times. Actually, also in my personal life, where people regret it once they start it and you can't take it back.
Yeah.
And that's a tragedy. That's something that's it's horrible for them. It's horrible for their loved ones. And like fuck, they didn't even mean it. They didn't even want it.
Yeah.
Perspective is a massive driver for change.
Yeah.
And it's hard. You can't just force it. You can't force yourself to get perspective on things like that. It'd be easy enough to tell somebody like, oh, just think about all the good things you've got. Like,
And that's the trouble that I go through as well, is, as you've probably heard on this, is like Dad told me that it's very hard to try and tell someone to, like, oh, just think about this, just think about that, when you've never gone through it before.
That's right.
When you're down at the lowest point that you think is your life, anyone telling you anything is going to fucking mean shit. It's just going to go in through one ear and out the other, and you go, you don't know anything.
no, it doesn't even touch the sides because your own situation, your own reality is extremely significant and real to you,
Yeah.
and nothing else is like other people can't touch that.
Yeah.
I've always had this idea in my head that look, the way I word it is like every man needs a garden, and what that is like everyone needs something that they put time and effort into that is bigger than them and isn't for them. necessarily.
Yeah.
Like someone growing a garden in the front yard. You know, all the neighbours get to see it, and all the kids get to walk past and
Yeah.
see it and enjoy it and stuff. It's part of a project that is bigger, and that's kind of what this podcast for you. And that's
Which
why
is this.
I'm fucking stoked that you're doing this, because it's something that you get to put effort and work into. It's not serving you primarily.
Yeah.
Hopefully, what it is to do is to show everybody else all this,
Yeah.
and hopefully have an effect on somebody else. And that's a really worthy pursuit, not just for you, but for anybody. I think it's brilliant for people's mental health to have something like that.
Yeah.
And a little thing like that can change your perspective a little bit.
Well, hopefully that's the plan behind the podcast is anyone watching, listening, doing whatever. If you see a guest on opening up about the things that they've gone through, it's just shows that it's not as it's all posted around. It's not weak to speak.
No, it's not. It's not.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that your mental health is better after said accident. Do you feel your way of coping with mental health has changed? I recall a very pivotal moment in our relationship.
Wait, you guys are dating?
Yeah.
Fire, dude.
He had
to
my
mine.
children. Where you were obviously going through a lot, and you called me and I said hello, and you just sobbed on the end of the phone, and then you came over and we just spoke for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And you said that it was the first time you had cried since you were a child.
Yeah.
Because your way of coping was to not talk about it and keep it in and push it away. You knew it was there, but you didn't focus on it. Do you feel that your way of coping with your mental health is different as well because of that change of perspective?
Well, I think partly through the accident, yes, but also partly just through that whole episode of my life, that chapter of my life where I don't know if I recognised I needed to open up, or I just called you and it just fucking happened.
Yeah.
It was as soon as you said hello, I just fucking broke down, and that was so foreign to me.
It's actually crazy to think.
You're right, I'll take it from here. Sorry, we're having some battery issues because I kind of...
We are fucking having some batteries.
I sprung this visit on Thomas and he wasn't ready.
Now I got 2 batteries running in and out. Fucking anyway.
And then he sprung the podcast on me, so I wasn't ready.
It's
Who's the fucking host here?
who fucking owns this podcast, right?
Stay in your lane.
To carry on with what you were saying. It was just that chapter in my life.
I'll just cut my section out. Go. Sorry. Go. Before
I
this
don't think I
battery.
realised I needed it. I just called you because I just wanted to... I think I just wanted to shoot the shit. And then as soon as you said, like,
Hello.
hello, I don't think you said, are you okay? You just said hello, and I was just like, oh my fucking God.
It went silent, and then I just heard the sobbing, and I was like, what the
But that's
fuck?
the thing is, you're not the only person to do that either. How many times have we had people that are going through stuff,
Yeah.
and it kind of shows, like, not our mental strength, but the community that we're trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Make.
that safe space that you guys had already built for me, and we're talking a couple of years ago now.
You made a comment about it being like a mum, like a
It was-
motherly figure.
It was mum, and I was just kind of like, holy fuck, and it opened up and kept going, and I spoke and I spoke and I spoke,
Yeah.
and
we sorted Lego into colours.
we did. And we just pulled a lot of threads, and that was exactly what I needed and exactly what I hadn't been doing for so long. This whole time I've been going through this shit with my mental health, and just bottling it up and just moving on. One foot in front of the other. Next day, and not realizing that my backpack was fucking full.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, or fortunately for you, you got to watch me sit there and unpack my backpack.
Yeah.
But that was a skill that I'd learned after that, whereas like, fuck, I need to talk about this shit. Like,
Yeah.
And it
Absolutely.
might seem like you're being silly when you're talking about it, and you might be like, oh, they don't really care about it, or not that they don't care, but they don't understand, or I'm being
Yeah.
silly, or I'm a burden because they're sitting here for fucking 3 hours and making 6 cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I Yeah.
That's weak numbers, man. You need to up those numbers. Yeah.
good.
Was
Best thing.
that was around the time of the breakup?
Yeah.
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 Did you feel any? Yeah, obviously, like it was just your natural instinct to just break down and cry. But was there a part of you that was
Sorry.
hesitant because I was friends with you both, and predominantly more so the other party?
With the other half, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to put you in a situation where, you know, I felt like I was forcing you to make a choice or anything like that. But I just needed to speak to somebody, and I knew I could kind of
Why not me?
trust you. I think you're working.
I actually think you.
wanna-
think you
I don't wanna
may have been away at TAFE. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me and Michaela used to have a few visits when you were at Tate.
That's why there's so many stains on my bed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit precarious for me to negotiate that, but
I think that
it
also-
happened, and I'm glad it did. Like it
Yeah.
just kind of, it wasn't natural at all for me to break down and open up.
No.
But once it started, and as soon as I got a bit of reciprocation there, or you kind of like, oh, this is okay.
Yeah.
Oh, she's listening. And,
Yeah.
and someone's actually hearing me.
Yeah.
I had to keep fucking going with it, and now
It's like verbal diarrhea. Once you
Yeah.
get going, it's just got to keep
I got
going.
the squirts big time.
Which is what he's doing right now.
Yeah. But since then, I've tried to take that and apply it kind of over and over again when things are small,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah. Not
get
letting
through
them
those
build.
bite-sized bits, so
Yeah.
it's not a big
Absolutely.
fucking.
Well,
Right.
if something is out of your control and it's bothering you mentally, if you can talk about it, like you said, while it's there, while it's active, you're not getting rid of it, but you're expressing it so it's not built up. So then the next time something else comes on, you do the same thing.
Yeah.
You do the same thing, and it's not like a backup of fucking just, like you said, verbal diarrhea when it then does explode later on in fucking 4 years down the track. It's you're getting it out, and those little tiny things, again, can make a massive fucking change.
Oh, it's taking things out of that backpack again. Like that's my metaphor for it, but it's taking things out of the backpack and actually fucking having a look at them and stuff and knowing what's in there, and either putting it back in or putting it up on a shelf or dealing with it.
Yeah.
Rather than just letting it fucking get bigger and bigger and swell, and all of a sudden you're falling over. Like again,
So-
we'll go back to what we were saying before. Like that's that part of honouring those
Yeah.
things as they're coming up, like
Acknowledging.
recognising them, acknowledging them, honouring
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
seeing them for what they are, and knowing it rather than just that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've gone over the things that you've been through. What are some of the things that have helped besides drinking piss?
That was
What
a
it-
problem before.
Yeah. So like now that you've been through that with the breakup and then the thing, and now that you know that you have to express, you don't have to, but you want
It's
to
best.
because
You've acknowledged what
it
works.
helps. Besides that, what are some of the things that you have found that help release those, I guess, endorphins and feelings?
Yeah, gym's been a big one of them.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those garden things. It's a project. Okay, it serves me, but it's going to the gym and doing something. For one, the physical activity, the stimulus is fucking great, and that gets out a lot of the heebie-jeebies. But
And I'll always say, I've probably said it in previous episodes, but if I've had a fucking super shit day, mentally drained day, come home, the missus in bed with fucking some short king, and I just
Gas.
need to like let out some fucking energy, I'll just go to the gym.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
when I walk through those doors at the start of the workout, I'm like, don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to get in and want to get out.
Yeah.
As soon as I start talking to anything, like everyone, I've made my own little community. It's like everyone's so fucking nice, so gentle. You do your workout, you talk shit, you walk out of the fucking gym, and you just mind's clear, body feels great. You've done some fucking physical exercise, you've done a bit of cardio, you've done a bit of weightlifting.
Yep.
You like driving into the car, and that goes back to the last episode where you just kind of feel numb, where you just there's nothing there.
You're content.
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah, exactly. You're just content to.
I think, like, for me, that side of it as well is like that's a box ticked. So
Yeah.
I've been clinically depressed for many years, and part of that is like you're always feeling like you can't achieve anything. You always that negative self-talk that just fucking creeps in and stuff. But if you can actually just fucking bypass that by setting yourself something to do for the day, and it doesn't matter how well you do it. You're not going to be like, oh, I did my best lift.
Yeah, you're not going to be
it doesn't matter about
satisfied.
that. Fucking, I got my ass to the gym and I did the thing.
Yeah,
You ticked a box. You know, fucking
Yeah.
1 point for Gaz.
Something
Yeah.
that you might not have been able to achieve yesterday.
Yeah. And so that sets you on a bit of a trajectory to, you know, you can then, well, fuck it, I'm going to clean the fucking oven, or I'm going to do
Yeah.
something, you know, like get
just
another
setting
little
those
box
tiny
tick,
little tasks.
tiny little tasks,
Yeah.
and you can achieve them, and naturally you're going to feel good about them. You're not going to feel fucking better. It's not going to cure your depression fucking immediately. But you...
Over time
get
it does.
Over time. You're like, fuck, look at all these things I've done today. I haven't sat at home and done nothing like I
Yeah.
wanted to, or I thought I wanted to. I haven't sat at home and fucking slugged out on the couch or on the bed and watched TikTok for fucking
Yeah.
5 hours.
But not only that, it's not, yes, you are ticking off that one little box, but over time you're developing good habits.
Exactly.
You're developing discipline. Like eventually after you go to gym, you go, oh, okay, maybe I might want to start eating healthier
Yeah,
a bit. Then you start eating, you implement, you see something on fucking TikTok or YouTube. Oh, you need to eat this much protein. You need to eat, this much fat. You go, oh, okay, I'm going to look into that. You do a little bit more research. You start, it's
Suddenly
that
you-
ripple effect.
You get interested in things.
Yeah.
Which, you previously weren't interested in fucking anything. All of a sudden you got a few interests about that. And, and with the gym particularly, it's a good one because you can tick boxes every day, and in the micro cycle, that's great because I did the thing today and that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I did the thing tomorrow and that's brilliant. But over a period of time,
You've
fuck,
text,
for the last
you're going
6
from
months,
one box like this to one box like
and look
this.
at the difference I've made. I'm
Yeah.
fucking so much fitter. I can run this far now, or I can lift this much, or fucking look at how I look. I'm fucking happy
Yeah.
with that, So
Yeah.
you get something on the macro scale as well, which you can feel good about.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you realise you're not such a piece of shit. You're not as useless as
Yeah.
you were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I can achieve things.
I feel like I can appreciate, obviously, mental health like bad mental health.
Have you lost
sucks.
weight?
Oh, thank you, Slay.
I like what you did with your hair today.
Hey,
I like what you did with your hair today.
thanks. Something I can appreciate about not having mental health issues until I became a mum. I haven't had the chance to, as much as some days I wake up and I don't want to be awake and I don't want to shower and I don't want to get up and I don't want to eat and I want to lay in bed all day and I want to do nothing. But I have kids. I can't. I have to get up. I have to, which sounds like a chore. And some days it does feel like a chore, but it's at least given me that excuse to not bed rot, which I appreciate because I think if I fell into that, I wouldn't be able to come back from that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Which
grateful
you-
that
you-
I
It's
have
momentum, but it's forced upon you.
forced.
Yeah.
But you've
My
got
kids aren't going to
momentum.
feed themselves. I have to get
Yeah.
up. I have to do that.
Yeah.
I have
it's a
to. I
burden, but
don't
it's
want
a
to push
great
that
thing.
on my kids. I put on a brave face. Try not to cry too much in front of them. Like, you got to get up and you got to do it. And I think I appreciate that side of it because it's like that
Yeah.
forced momentum to at least pretend.
I just sleep through the night, hey, and then I just kind of wake up to my alarm and I'm like, got to go to fucking work now. I'm hearing the kids just out there. Just
You
like,
do big dog shit.
Yeah, I do big dog shit, you know what I mean? No, it is, and I think like there have been a few times with your mental health where you've shown yourself,
Yeah.
like you've shown yourself the point where even though at the time you didn't think it, but you outshined your previous self.
For sure.
Amazing work.
But that momentum's forced upon me. Like I don't have that option. So but I can even appreciate more people who don't have that forced upon
you gotta
themselves,
gain
who then get up and
Yeah.
then do all of
Yeah.
that. Like I can understand everyone needs a bed rot, live your best life, whatever. If that's how
Yeah.
you're surviving that time, that's fine. But I can like props to anyone who can get up and force themselves
Yeah.
to find that. Like you were
plug
just
it out of
saying,
nowhere
find
kind of
that
thing,
one
yeah.
thing that then branches off into more that continues that momentum
Yeah.
to get you up and out of bed.
And both have got pros and cons. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because there's times if it's forced upon you, like there's times where obviously you'd want to just fucking not today.
Oh,
like,
God,
just
yeah.
switch
Oh,
off.
100%.
And we all need that as much as anybody. you
Yeah,
know? Like you need.
definitely.
It's an easy way to get burnt out, but it's good that in a way it's good that you don't get that option. Whereas yeah, for the rest of us, it's like, yeah, you got to fucking plug it out of nowhere. But once you get a bit of momentum, you start ticking some boxes. It's unbelievable the power that we all have once you get a bit of momentum behind you.
Yeah, just gotta
all of a
tap
sudden,
into it.
This is the new normal. I can achieve this much. Let's add one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that's the new normal.
Oh, that
and,
felt easier today. Let's
Yeah.
add something else to the checklist.
and suddenly you just
Yes.
you look at yourself 12 months ago and you go, "Fuck, what a piece of shit I was." Like, look
Yeah,
how
literally.
much I can do.
You look back into it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that concludes the episode for the day. Thank you guys for coming on,
Thank
my
you.
man. You're absolutely beautiful, man.
Thanks, man.
Make sure you go onto our Spotify, our YouTube, our TikTok, all the social medias at the Intersect Podcast. And if you want to send in your emails and tell us about your stories, intersect.pod24@hotmail.com. Thanks, guys. There's not one way, there's multiple.
Are you still doing that thing where you're offering blowjobs to the first 100 subscribers?
Only 100. Actually, I'm going to make it 50. Actually, the first subscriber, I'm going to give a free blowjob to.
I
Wait, you're the first one?
prescribed.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. All right. Thank you. Beautiful people. Love you.
Bye.
Hey.
Are you still here? Are you still